The meetings in Geneva are underway, and going into those talks, the foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov of Russia, was thrown a question. Does he expect Russia to invade? He says, no, he does not. Russia has repeatedly denied that it intends to invade, but it still keeps those troops on the border. It has been putting more troops into Belarus. And here in Kyiv, I just came from the Cyber Defense Agency, and I was talking to the deputy director there, and he was showing me the charts, and the number of cyber attacks against this country, which he attributes are mostly coming from Russia, has been spiking dramatically over the last several days, over the last several weeks. So this country is concerned about an attack. Publicly, they're not saying very much. The president, aside from that sharp rebuke against President Biden, is trying to keep a calm face. He's not telling the people that they should panic, that they should take up guns, that they should rush to the border. He's saying that they should behave as normal, especially as these negotiations take place. One other tidbit out of Geneva so far, the deputy foreign minister was asked, is Russia afraid of Ukraine? Because if you listen to the Russian media, they say all of their actions are defensive in nature, that they've built up forces along the border because it's Ukraine and NATO who are the aggressors. And he said, no, Russia is not afraid of anybody, including the United States.
We'll talk about fear and tension. Imagine living in Kyiv right now. How are folks dealing with this, knowing there's 100,000 Russian troops at their borders? How are they preparing and dealing with that possibility?
Well, there's a lot of confusion. I met with a group of Russian businessmen, of Ukrainian businessmen yesterday, and they don't exactly know what to read of the situation, because this country has been at war, low-level war with Russia for the last 8 years. So on one level, they think, well, maybe this is just an escalation of what they've already been living through. They're watching their own government telling them to be calm. If you turn on the local television here, you don't see many reports about the Russian buildup. They're talking about local things. So clearly they're not trying to cause a panic deliberately. But they also see the world's media is descending on this country. They see that there are international negotiations going on. They know that there are these 100,000 troops. So they're worried. They're worried why their government isn't talking more about it, and they're worried, is this significantly different than the low-level war they've been having with Russia for the last 8 years?
Tense times, Richard. Thank you very much.